Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's fifth Facebook Livestream Census and American Indian Community House weekly updates. Today is Sunday, April 26, 2020. My name is Sheldon Raymore. I am the American Indian Community House Deputy Director, and I come from the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe. And we've had quite an eventful week this past week. And we also have a lot of upcoming programming that we'd like to share with you today. And we do these weekly updates every Sunday, and you can tune in from 3 to 3:30. It's just a half an hour of your time. But what we like to do is we like to engage with the American Indian Community House community and members at large. Here on Facebook with our 12,000 followers that we have, this is our time to share with you what we have going on at the American Indian Community House, get your feedback, and also hear back from you to know if there's other things you would like us to do in regards to programming. So this Monday coming up, we have starting actually tomorrow, you can wake up with us, the American Indian Community House Census staff. We will be texting out the count from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. So there's 2-hour windows there. If you have some time that you would like to volunteer with us at the American Indian Community House, we are looking for volunteers to help us text out the counts, and we do these different boroughs throughout the New York City area for the U.S. Census. And so we look forward to hearing from you. You can either email us, or you can email me at sraymore@aich.org, or you can put your comments here in the Facebook messages right here and let us know, or you can shoot us a message through Facebook to let us know if you'd like to join. So that's going to be tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then following that, we have Fit Native TV. That's a live workout class with Tanis Paranto, and that's going to be, she's of the Métis Nation. That's going to be from 2 p.m. to 12 p.m. to 12:45 p.m. So definitely, if you've got a chance, check that out. And then following that in the evening, we have our session 7, which has been part of an 8-session program that we've had going to lift up our minds, and that's for folks, not only folks in recovery from substances, but also just the medicine wheel teachings. And so that's going to be tomorrow from 7 to 9 p.m. So definitely check that out if you have some time tomorrow evening. And with that, I'm just going to go through sort of this week, the different things we have coming up. Following that, Tuesday, we have our social justice series. That's the 4th installment. That's going to be led by Tatiana Benali of the Navajo Nation. And this week's topic is the COVID-19 mutual aid and solidarity with Southwest Tribes from 6 to 8 p.m. So definitely check that out. And so what I'd like to do at this time is quickly read to you, first of all, what that's about for that social justice series. And one of the things is the summary of that is the COVID-19 is disproportionately hitting Native nations in the Southwest. The Navajo Nation has an infection rate 3rd to NYC and New Jersey despite its population. This Tuesday, we will be talking with natives from the Southwest nations to strengthen our ties and solidarity through mutual aid, education on how settler colonialism fits into the pandemic, and future steps we can take. We will be sitting down with relatives from the K's Info Shop and the Pueblo Relief Fund and other organizations to hear more about what is happening on the ground and how we can help from the Lenape, Muncie, Canarsie, and Shinnecock lands. Anyone interested in helping out our Southwestern relatives? It's a panel discussion with Shandine Yazi and Brandon Benali and the K Info Shop and Annalisa Coriz from the Pueblo Relief Fund. So again, that's going to be this Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. And one of the other, following that actually is so that's our Tuesday events. Wednesday, which you can look forward to, is we have our Fit Native TV workout class with Tanis Pronto from 12 to 12:45 p.m. And following that will be, again, our sacred spaces, honoring our elders and our stories of living culture. We're going to be announcing that guest shortly, so stay tuned for that. But that runs 5 to 7 p.m. and that's every Wednesday, and that's open to the general public. So we usually meet up on Zoom, and also we stream live here on our Facebook page. So if you haven't had a chance to check those out, we have 2 of the videos on our YouTube channel, and if you haven't subscribed to that, definitely check that out. That's we always are posting and sort of archiving all the work that we do at the American Indian Community House on those on that YouTube channel. So definitely check that out. And then this Thursday, we're really excited. Actually, you know, the American Indian Community House does a lot of theater, a lot of things in the arts, and we've collaborated with the Eagle Project. Ryan Victor Little Eagle Pierce wrote a play. It's called The Rabbit Play, and he's going to be doing a Zoom workshop reading of that. And so definitely check that out Thursday at 7:30 p.m. And then following that, we have our Fit Native TV live workout class from 12 to 12:45 p.m. And then, of course, all you beaters out there, Fridays, that beating circle, it's going to keep going. That's going to be from 4 to 6 o'clock. And then, of course, our sacred spaces on the weekends. So it's been quite an eventful week. And I see all of you tuning in. Hi, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking this time out of your Sundays to come in and chit chat and be social, right? Through these Facebook Lives. And again, if this is your first time tuning in, you can catch us every Sunday from 3 to 3:30 p.m. Where we do these Facebook Lives. And so tune in tomorrow if you have a chance to that Fit Native TV. And just some, I like to share, this is something we're going to be doing going forward, is issues in Indian country, and just kind of sharing them with you, that a team of UCSF medical workers heads to Navajo Nation to help population overwhelmed by virus. A team of 21 doctors and nurses from UCSF are headed to the Navajo Nation to help a population that has seen one of the highest rates of coronavirus infection in the country. The UCSF team will be on the ground for a month. The Navajo Nation, which is less than a third of the population of San Francisco, currently has more confirmed cases and deaths than the city does. United Airlines provided the doctors flights for free from San Francisco International Airport to Albuquerque. And New York, more information, we will be sharing those links here with you, so you can click on that. And in other news, first baby bison born on ancestral land more than 150 years at the Wanuskewin. The herd bison reintroduced to Wanuskewin lands late last year welcomed its first newborn bison on Earth Day. That's beautiful. Forgive me if I mispronounced that word in that indigenous language. But just to share with you some of the summaries that we do with the different programs. For those of you that are not familiar, maybe you haven't had a chance or some time to check out some of the programming that we do at the American Indian Community House, you have time. So please, if you do get a chance, check it out. The Fit Native TV workout class, Tanis Pronto has been doing an amazing job with that, and you can join her on the online fitness classes, and you get to do that from the comfort of your own home. And in light of the hashtag stay-at-home orders taking place all over Turtle Island, we recognize our community's strong need to be able to stay active in new and different ways. So it's for anyone, really anybody who wants to exercise. You can join in on that and get to get up and move your body and get your blood flowing. And if you do not have any serious injuries or health issues that's been cleared by your doctor for you to exercise, then this is definitely for you. So definitely check it out. And it's a circuit style strength and cardio class led by Tanis, and you can look forward to that Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays this coming week, and that's again from 12 to 12:45 p.m. So we get to you 3 times this week, so you keep your blood flowing and stay moving, and even though we're staying at home, you can still stay fit. Also, check out some of the cool videos that Tanis has done on our YouTube channel. She shared some really great healthy recipes that for those of you into indigenous healthy foods, definitely check those out. And that's from Tanis. And one of the other programs that Tanis really helps us with is the Sacred Spaces. That's actually our executive director, also Tanis Peranto, honoring our elders and our stories of living culture. If you haven't got a chance to understand what it is, I know we share a lot of times our flyers on Facebook, but what the summary of this is it's actually a series that features our elders from not only our New York City Native community, but we've expanded out nationally, and they tell us stories of their history. Sometimes when they've come to New York City, they share those stories, and it's for anybody who'd like to learn about the history and wisdom from our elders in New York City, any Northeast and beyond. And it's really a conversation between an elder guest and a guest of honor and the community members who join us over Zoom. And this past week, we streamed live over Facebook as well. So that was pretty nice that we have these streams that are cross parallels to each other. But we will be announcing who that special guest will be. Last week, it was Vicki Williams, and we also had Ty Defoe come on of the Oneida and Ojibwe Nations and help facilitate that. So that was great. Vicki shared a lot of stories that Vicki wrote during COVID-19. And shared those stories on there. So it's always great to be connected and to listen to our elders and listen to their wisdom and the knowledge that they share. You know, that cultural and wisdom capital that our elders possess is very important. That's how we keep our traditions alive and keep them going and living. That's why we're a living culture. So very wonderful program, those Sacred Spaces. And NYC has a rich history of Native presence and the highest population of urban Indians in the country. As people who live in Lenapehoking, it is important for us to take the time to get to know the elders who have been here for many years before us and listen to their stories of what their experiences have been, and what they continue to be today. And those sacred elders talking circle, those join the American Indian Community House as we host Sacred Spaces, a place for our community to honor elders through these uncertain times. As a community, we'll be claiming time to check in with one another, talk about our journeys, and catch up with friends and share insight and good medicine to strengthen each other's spirit in unity. Those are Saturdays and Sundays from 12 to 2 p.m. Those are their time to have their sacred space. So it's a lot of times they meet through Zoom, and what's great about that is that it's elder led, and so there's elders, and as somebody younger, you can tune in and just listen, listen and participate. They've been getting really creative with it. They've been doing some native trivia. That's been new, and I think there was some prizes that were shared, so that's pretty cool. Definitely, if you get a chance, check that out. Another issue in Indian country has been the Navajo Hopi Relief Fund has served over 2,000 households with elders, immunocompromised, and children in over 45 communities on Navajo, and 4 of the 12 Hopi villages since the group started. Made up of indigenous community organizers, the official group has started March 15th by Ethel Branch, former Navajo Nation Attorney General and current Flagstaff lawyer, with a GoFundMe page. Since then, this mutual aid response group continues to ground itself in its process. It's growing in volunteers and community members, and it continues to serve Navajo Hopi Relief Fund as a source of hope for many during this time. So it's really great work out there going on in Indian country down there in Navajo territory and Hopi territory. So it's really wonderful that they're doing that work. And May 3rd, for those of you that are just tuning in, if you were able to check out our social justice series that we had on Tuesday of last week, it was actually really well attended. I think we had consistently about 60 viewers that were constantly watching it the whole time while the live was going on, but the reach has been thousands. And social distance powwow, it was shared on there, so all these other social networks has been shared around the country. but that was with the ups. That was with the Mashpee, Solidarity with Mashpee Nation. And just like Standing Rock, real change begins with a prayer. On May 3rd, which is next week, we will all be lighting our sacred fires or candles. 4 days later, the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia will hold a hearing on the tribe's motion to stop the erasure of the Mashpee Reservation. Each side will be given 75 minutes for arguments. Light your fire or candle and take a picture and post to social media. You can use the following blurb if you like. As the Trump admin tries to disestablish native lands amid the COVID-19 crisis, this fire represents our collective #prayer protest. On May 7th, the DC District Court will either protect or reject Indigenous rights. I stand in solidarity with the Mashpee Wampanoag tribe and all other tribes fighting to maintain their homelands. I oppose the Department of the Interior's decision to disestablish Mashpee tribal reservation lands. I stand with Mashpee. Learn more about the May 7th hearing, and there's another link that we'll be sharing with you folks, so definitely check that out. And so again, Tatiana Benali will be leading that. Thursday, Ryan Victor Little Eagle Pierce will be sharing his reading about the rabbit play, and it's directed by Jessica Litwack. So it's going to be a Zoom workshop reading. So if you get a chance, we created a Facebook page. You can go ahead and go to the Facebook page. We'll be posting the Zoom link credentials on that page, and then you can join them on Facebook with that reading. It looks like they've got quite a few actors, folks from the community. I see Donna Couteau, Joe Cross, Ty Defoe, Alexa Jordan, Jessica Litwack, Ashley Marinacio, Camille, John Mazarek, Ryan, and Abby Ibarra. So Ryan is an Anacoke Lenni Lenape and has been a member of the American Indian Community House since 2001. And so the show is at the peak of exhaustion. A young Lenape man comes face to face with one of the oldest revolutionaries in North America, Brother, commonly known as Brer Rabbit. Essentially saving Little Eagle's life, Brother Rabbit guides and assists Little Eagle on a journey to rediscover his potential using the tools of a trickster warrior. Throughout the play, Brother Rabbit reintroduces Little Eagle to his indigenous beginnings utilizing music, dance, and multimedia. Based on adaptations inspired by the classic Cherokee and African American tales of Brer Rabbit, the Rabbit play is a raucous romp through the complex layers of race and social class in contemporary America, and a must-see for anyone who feels they are at the bottom of a social pecking order and must use unconventional means to achieve their objectives. So definitely check that out on Thursday. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, the Eagle Project, for being able to provide that for the community. Again, during this time, Zoom and these Facebook Lives is how we're going to be continuing to engage with one another. Even after, let's say in a couple weeks, they lift this stay-at-home order, we as an organization decided we're still going to keep these the Zooms going and this online programming. We feel it's very important because there still will be folks staying at home, so we definitely want to keep folks, and not only that, but keep folks connected, but also our reach is very wide and far. It's not just within New York City. So, to communicate and stay connected with those folks that are outside New York City, we feel these online programs are very important. So that's how we're all going to continue to stay connected here. One of the things that happened over this past week, is it's with great sadness to have to, when loved ones pass, and so I will share this news. We had permission from the family, and so our hearts, our thoughts, and our prayers go out to them during this time. I'm going to go ahead and read you a longtime community member have passed this past week. And so our thoughts, our prayers, and our hearts go out to Victoria Yellow Wolf Tarrant, born on March 23rd, 1952, passed April 20th, 2020. She was born in Alban Woods, North Dakota, from formerly Mandaree, North Dakota, and she was 68 years old. And I'm just going to read her services, her obituary that the family sent to us. And this is Victoria Tarrant was born in Albwoods, North Dakota on March 23rd, 1952 to Lloyd John Yellow Wolf and Thelma Young Bear Burr. She was a member of the Knife Clan and grew up in Mandaree, North Dakota, and graduated from Mandaree High School class of 1970. Victoria moved to Washington, D.C., and spent 10 years working for Indian Health Services. She married Samuel Tarrant November of 1980. She worked at the American Indian Community House as a community health representative from 2002 to 2012. Victoria loved to travel and make people laugh. She was generous and made everyone feel like family. She made friends everywhere she went. She enjoyed listening to country music, traveling to powwows, and dancing. She loved everyone and would make you feel like you belonged, and she loved telling stories to everyone. Victoria passed away on April 20th, 2020 at the Clara Mesa Medical Center in Belleville Town, New Jersey. Victoria is survived by her husband Sam Tarrant, her children Margaret Tarrant, Kathleen Tarrant, Patricia Tarrant, Judy Fields, Donald Tarrant, and Kevin Tarrant. Her grandchildren Blaze, Brooklyn, Gracie, her siblings Martha, Fritz, Bird Bear, Mary Gotchupin, Josh, Kenneth Church, and Les Sharissa Yellowwolf. She is preceded in death by her parents, brothers, and her sisters. Just would like to, at this time, just give her a moment of silence. So our thoughts and our prayers go out to their family, and we will be sharing this on our American Indian Community House website. And so at this time, this is where you, the community, can engage with us. And also, folks, I see we've got lots of folks here from other parts of the world that are watching. Again, we have 12,000 followers, and this is our time to engage with you. And so I see Ryan. Hi, Ryan. And I see Jay. I see Joan. Welcome, France. Wow, I've got quite a few folks on here. The fitness instructor is awesome. That's great, Tanis. Tanis will like to hear that. New baby bison, wonderful to see. Happy. Hi, Valerie. Nice to connect. Let's see. Solidarity and love for everybody. Wow, that's great. You're doing. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. So this coming week, well, actually, I should say this past week, we had quite a bit of things going on, right? So the new orders, for those of you that have yet to get masks, face masks, just trying to look for mine, here we go. So this is like the new norm, right? So now, I know it's kind of been like a thing to get used to, right? Is like constantly like talking to these things, talking through these. I don't know if you can even hear me clearly, but yeah, this is the new norm now. So everybody, even like you folks that are out there jogging and you're out there, you know, going out, even if it's just to go out, you should be wearing these masks. I've actually been seeing a lot of cool native design masks. that folks have been putting out there. I've seen, like, the other day I seen like one made out of like a Pendleton. I've seen some like with all kinds of cool native designs. There's this one I've seen too where they actually put beadwork on it, and it was like these floral and like strawberry designs and all that. So it's pretty cool that all these artisans are out there, and still, we're resilient people, Indigenous folks. So through these times, we still find art as not only innovation is innovative is the art, but it's also like our cultural survival, and we change with the times, and constantly always applying those indigenous techniques of design to everyday wear. So it looks like going forward now, this will be the new norm, with these face masks in the coming months, if not years, we'll see. But definitely, the mask will be the new look. So, yeah. At this time, did anybody have any updates that they would like to share with us here on this Facebook Live? You can go ahead and post those into here on this. Y'all are kind of quiet on Sunday, huh? But yeah, so I'm really looking forward to spending this time with you guys on these Sundays at the American Indian Community House. We've got some stuff coming up we're still working on our programming in the next couple of weeks, and we'll be getting that out to you. For those of you who have just tuned in, if you get a chance, you want to wake up with us tomorrow, you can. Tomorrow morning, it's going to be from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. We are trying to text out the count. It's still very important for you to take the U.S. Census. For those of you that haven't taken it, if any of you have yet that are watching this to take the U.S. Census, please take the census. It takes like 5 minutes of your time. In fact, it's interesting because you probably are still getting those letters in the mail where even though you've already taken it, they still send you a reminder. So yeah, it's very important, especially in New York City, because we want to know, is New York City still the number one highest populated native, do we have the highest population of indigenous people in New York City? And one of the last census in 2010, I always share this every Sunday with you, is that we had, in the 2010 census, there was 50,000 Native American Indians, Alaska Natives that were living in New York City at that time. This is 10 years ago. And out of that, there was also 60,000 indigenous folks, South American, indigenous from Mexico. So it was a total of 110,000 folks. And so what we're doing is we want to know for 2020, are we still, first of all, number one, with the highest indigenous population, but number two, what are those percentages there? And during this COVID-19, this pandemic, have folks left New York City areas? Have they gone back to the reservations? So all these things are going to be determined through the U.S. Census. So if you get a chance, definitely check it out. And again, I'll be back here with you to spend time with you next Sunday from 3 until 3:30. So don't forget, wear your masks no matter what this week. And sending you light, love, and positivity. And be safe, everybody. Have a great week. And keep tuning in to our Facebook page here at the American Indian Community House. Keep coming back, checking up updates. We're constantly updating these. Also, if you have yet to join our MailChimp, you can shoot us a message. We'll add you to that MailChimp listserv, and you'll get all the updates in email. But also, Facebook, we're here. We're also on Instagram. And if you have yet to subscribe to our YouTube channel, we're growing that YouTube channel and constantly adding new videos and new content to that. So again, sending you love, light, and positivity. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Be safe. Take care. Bye, everybody.